come from Kolonyamahatla, and I have a BSc degree in computer science. I also did a master's in digital computer or forensic computing. So we call it digital forensics, but we can also call it forensic computing, which is actually looking at the digital evidence. So if maybe one organization has got attacked, then we're able to look at the traces, the evidence of who were the people that were behind this attack. And also, I participated a lot in cybersecurity activities. I'm an alumni of the Namibia University of Science and Technology cybersecurity competition team. So what we basically did there was to do the real-life attack and defense. So we'd always attack some Namibian systems, not many of them. There were particular organizations that we work with. Then they set up the environment for us, and then we attack their systems. And we also have some students defending on the other side. So that's how we were actually doing, trying to mimic how the hackers or malicious people get into the system and how they retrieve information and how they use that information maliciously. And also we'll have other teams defending so that their information is always protected. The attacking team is kabaja ina lilito. So that's where I got exposed to cybersecurity. And I'm also a volunteer. I did a lot of volunteering. I was selected as the African Union Youth Volunteer Corps for 2019. So it was so unfortunate that COVID happened and I was not able to go to Burkina Faso. That was my host organization, but I volunteered online. And also I'm a YALI, which is Young African Leadership member, a Young African Leadership Program. It was hosted in Pretoria in 2017. And that's where I learned a lot of leadership skills, community management and community engagement, and also did project management there. So with the use of internet at the moment, internet bakena the Facebook, bakena the they do a lot of stuff. They have to research at a younger age. So there are a lot of cybersecurity, there are a lot of cyber threats. So to just give an example, let's say Modi 13 having access to the internet, the game online, I download the information. They don't know where to click. They don't know which sites are safe. They don't know which sites are not safe. So it's there are possibilities that they might download malware into their phones, and most of the times, the phones are the parents, and the parents have saved a lot of information in the phone. So if accidentally a child downloads malware into the parent's phone, it means that parent information is going to be at risk. So I think it's very important for both Batswadi and Bana, how should they stay safe in this era where they are using online to do educational activities. So some of the threats, they are cyberbullied online. And the other thing is there is what we call Banabaga Sheba, an inappropriate content like pornography. We know that an infant, 13 and below, they are not supposed to be looking or viewing that content because it is beyond their age. So that's a cyber threat to such a child. And the other thing is the online scams. These online scams, she's playing the game, and the game, there's a link popping up, and if she click on that game, on that link, without more rewards, only to find that is a malware downloaded into the parent's phone. And the other thing is the stalkers, the people online that are grooming these children. So the child maybe Facebook or unsalhona abapala game and ubapala game online with other participants, online participants. And this particular person usa stalker now some kruma, they want to give them some parcels, some gifts. So it starts from there, and we're not looking at ever human trafficked or something because they don't know what they are doing online. So it means us, parents and the community, re tlameha re be in a position ya hore re bone hore na bana bana ba hlokomela jwang so that they stay safe online. So some of the things that we can do for parents, at least they have some monitoring tools. There are a couple of monitoring tools that can be downloaded from Google Play Store. And if you download one of that, we install on the phone, you'll be in a position to monitor the kind of websites the child is visiting. You'll be also in a position to monitor the activities that the child is doing. So in that way, we keep safe. And above all, one of the important things that we should do is to be open with children, because if a child gets cyberbullied online, it's not easy for them to open up and tell the parents that they are being cyberbullied. But behavior not knowing that because of what happened online. So the parents need to be very cautious. But we should have open discussion, open dialogue with the children. And the other thing that we should do, yes, we can install antivirus, but the type of malware that will bypass the antivirus. So the thing that we need to do is to keep our phones updated. The OS, the system that is running the phone, it will up to date. So the other thing that we could do, when I say this a phone or a laptop, you install some secure browsers. Is a Google Chrome. Google Chrome is Google's application. It comes with a lot of vulnerabilities. Prone to different attacks. But if we install maybe a browser like DuckDuck, yes, like DuckDuckGo. It's DuckDuckGo. So that's a browser. Bobatabuli secure. Bohida information ya mutu. And speaking of information, online. Ibe accidentally ufanaga information and like they are using the parents' phone. Parent phone in the account numbers. Some parents store their pins in the phone and all those stuff. So phone. If there is accidentally download a malware, it means that information will be somehow at risk. So the we should be aware of. Hence, we need to tech savvy in a way. So that's basically what I had to discuss. And to add more, the security savannah online is very serious. I remember last 2020, we were doing a project while I was in Namibia, child online protection. And while we were moving around the schools, we came across a situation where a child killed herself. She downloaded a game from Google Play Store, and this game, you should understand what it was a game that was going to be played by the child. If a game, if I got the instructions of how to kill yourself, Momo, yes, the game was called Momo. So this kid downloaded the game. I installed a phone on your high. She was playing the game all along. How to the reward is take the knife from the drawer. There's a knife from the drawer in the house again. And then another instruction would be, this is how you put the knife, this is how you do that. So this game was giving instructions of how the child should kill herself. And that child killed herself because of the game. So that is why it is very important for us to discuss child online protection. Not especially all the angles. The community. School. So meaning that scholars be in a position where be secure online because they are doing ICT, they are using computers also at school. So they should also be, that parent should be in a position to educate the children about this online safety. So I think at this time, COVID-19, it's very crucial that we child online protection, not only at, as a family, but at national level, we should be discussing such issues because, yes, as Lesotho, we have also adopted the online education and our children are going online for education. Yes, so this is a very important topic. That's why I decided or thought it is what we need to talk about. So the phones are on, they are prone to attacks and threats, so they need to be secured in a way. Like we should have antivirus, we should have the dark web installed in our phones, and the other thing is to install VPN. Because we install a VPN because will prevent our communication. Even though VPN is not that important, because is this link correct? Is this website legit? So and then they monitor the phone. They monitor the phone using the available monitoring tools. Yes, so
can you tell us a little bit about your research?
About
your research?
My research. Okay, so my research is actually on bring your own device. So I was looking at the security of the mobile devices for now. How are they secure to keep our information? Can the mobile devices be infiltrated? Can data be leaked from the mobile device without us knowing? And the results of my research showed that yes, the mobile devices are leaking a lot of information. I actually did a practical hacking on 3 cell phones. So on the other cell phone, the cell phone was encrypted, and the other phone, it was the phone, it just had a password as the means of protection. On the other phone, I installed what is called MDM. So MDM, mobile device management, it's a kind of application that you install in a phone. It's whatever you separate the content. However, I have my personal content, and maybe I'm working. The content I'm selecting even inside the mobile device management, so it separates the information. But the phone later, I was able to get access. I was able to get access of the contact details. I also managed to get SMSs that were sent and received. I was also able to get onto the files that were downloaded from email attachment and saved into the documents. So that just shows how vulnerable how vulnerable our phones are. They are not 100% secure. So that is why we need to make sure that all our phones are secured. And as part of research also, child online protection, we did a study at Namibia in Resheba. But we were looking at children aged 13 to 17. And what are the risks that they come through, and what are the threats that they always find when they are online. So we found out that almost 90% of that age group have access to internet, and 60% of them said they have been cyberbullied, which is one of the online risks. And also they had seen content that was not appropriate for them to have seen. So that is also another risk the child who are using the internet are exposed to. And the other thing was grooming. By grooming we mean these children meet online people, so we'll call them predators. They meet these people online, and these people will befriend them. Will send friend requests to the people that they do not even know. And you find that the other person usanzana the malicious intents, and with those intentions the malicious, they keep on talking with the child until, like, they are so soft, they make this child understand that this is a human, this is the person I can be open to. And when the child is open to this person, Mutiona Sanza is a fish information from the child. They are going to ask for the parents' names, where they are staying, that kind of information we have to secure. Everything is very private to us. They will keep asking for that information until the child reveals it. Because this person, this person I can talk to. And after revealing that type of information, you find that the parents, they go some under attacks that were accidentally perpetuated by the child, not knowing that he or she is exposing the parents to such things.
Do you have some tips on social media use?
Some tips. Okay. I think I'll speak more on Facebook use because it is what is mostly used, especially looking at us Lesotho Mona. So there have been a couple of events, and their account has been hacked. Somebody just sent all the friends a video without this person knowing. So it is very important that we make our accounts to be private. How do you make our accounts to be private? There's an option on the homepage of Facebook, privatize account there. And also, how register a Facebook, also it's an email by your number. And you can also make those, for this case about public, hidden. And I think those two are the most basic that we can do. The Facebook account is on this gets about easily hacked. And one of the other things, the strong password. If you're just going to use password in your birth date, your friends know your birth date. And they know that because when you register for a Facebook account, your date of birth. So you should also make sure that your date of birth becomes private. So the other important thing, password is like I said, is covered password. Those are considered as weak password. So a strong password at least should have like have a very strong, at least 12 characters. And those 12 characters, even a mixture of capital letters, small letters, numbers, and some special characters. Like my name is Mamoqenelo. If you want to come up a strong password from that name, I can add hash and then have a capital and then the letter and add things that password. So it can think in password. If they can use the system like passkey download by the system. But remember even
Can you explain what VPN?
Full is network. Private network application cover the software that you're going to install in your phone or a laptop. Ibe isebenza kahore. Hi, but I've installed it. My IP address, whenever we connect to the internet, we are given an IP address which will identify our device. So that IP address, they can be able to penetrate our phone using maybe some hacking methods. So if we have installed the VPN, it will allocate a different IP address which is not in your location. Like Mushala, I have a VPN, and that VPN is giving me the address of Russia or Germany. So it means whoever is after me will kind of be lost. So they'll not be able to, to see my address. And at the same time, VPN is encrypt the data that is sent over the internet. So by encryption, we mean the data is going to be scrambled. Whoever may get it, ask about this or now, what is the meaning behind. So VPN has the ability of doing that. But the communication can be intercepted. The interceptor has also the real information. Something that doesn't make sense at all.
What do you think some policymen need to make to ensure that Basotho are protected online?
Okay, thank you for that question. I think the basic one, it's already in place. We have the cybersecurity policy, even though it's still by debate, but it's one important thing that we need as a country. And the other thing, there is need for the child online protection policy. It will clearly state what is, we have the Child Act, but that Child Act does not incorporate these aspects of cyber, cyber threats. They know they are targeted at children. So we should have such kind of policies. And the other thing that need to be done is the kind of awareness the government can engage in, because cyber crime, or let me say cyber crime, it's not a one man's mission. It's a nation's mission. The government is trying by all means to fight against cybercrime through the police officers and all that. But do they have the capacity to do so? Do they have all that it requires to do so? Do they have the expertise that is needed to do so? So we need expertise, we need those policies, we also need awareness. That's from a personal view. If we have policies like we have, there's a cybercrime bill. Do we have the expertise to implement the cybercrime bill? Do we have the expertise to investigate cyber crimes? If we do not have those, then we'll have a lot of cybercrime happening around without perpetrators being punished. So I think we need a lot of awareness, we need expertise. That's a personal thing. I think now the higher institutions should look into establishing the cybersecurity courses. They can give certificate like Lorotori Polytechnic is already doing. And also the kind of companies that are they should start considering cybercrime as real, because it's very real. There are a lot of attacks that are happening around, but some are not known because we don't have the capacity or the ability to identify them or to see them. But then at the like, when a government system is hacked and we are not getting services, we should start questioning what is happening more, where's Halang on the other side.
What would you like your biggest contribution to be in technology?
My biggest contribution in technology. That's a tricky question. But I think as a woman in tech, my biggest contribution would be to see other girls taking part into this technological world. I think that's my biggest contribution. And for me to do that, I would do that by educating and volunteering in such activities like giving awareness like I'm doing now. And I do a lot of volunteering. So
why is that important?
Volunteering.
Or getting women involved in tech?
Okay. In the back days, we were told that technology is only for men. It's more like sciences. It was only meant for the other gender, and us were left out. But as a technology, we use technology every day. Our kitchen, they're all full of technology. So technology is part of our life. Hence, we need to know what does it entail to be a tech woman. If there is this system that is being used here to help us, I think it's very necessary or important. We should expose ourselves to this technological world. And the other thing is that we have the ability, the way we are built, is the ability to be, technology savvy. So we need, I think, into technology. Yeah. I'm not sure if I answered this question correctly.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you have any other remarks that you would like to make, maybe about your career, maybe challenges that you've seen in the tech space, and what you think is necessary in order to help yourself and help other people go past those challenges?
I think the challenge member in technology this patriarchy. This notion, like I said, technology. So even the people, whenever I post technology, their mind is set that we need a male person. And you will find that it's not as a statistics most of our IT personnel here at home, it's only a few women in those spaces. That comes from our thinking. So as women, we need to challenge that status quo. Let us take these courses, the technology, and be our best in it. Now we are living in a world where women and girls are empowered. So it's that time that after doing these courses, we show the world that we are able. When we are able to do it, even Batubahira, they will notice us. So Bomme should there was that thing when we at university, that especially some of the programming subjects, they'll be done by our male, the other gender, and even now we'll do these other easier things. But now it's not like that. We are good thinkers as women. We have critical thinking, so we can use that for our own good. The world is now supporting us. So for those girls who are aspiring to be in the tech world, you're welcome. Let us see how we can do that. I know of a lot of women that are now like, yes, we want to help these young girls so that they join us. Women should also feel accepted by the community, that technology and all that. Women are developing softwares, women are developing mobile applications, then we have women in cybersecurity, we have women who are IT managers. So those are the kind of things that we need. And the in those positions. Yes, this is what we can also do.
Any last remarks?
And just to give the last remarks, going back to my topic, child online protection. Schools, parents, and the community as the whole community, let us try by all means to protect our children from the cyber bullies, from the cyber threats, cyber targeting. Because if Baba cyber bullied at a young age, they will think that's how life is, and they're going to do that on the next person. But if we are by their sides and we encourage them and guide them on doing good, then we are going to raise a generation that understands that cyberbullying is not a good thing. And the other thing, let's encourage our children to be, to practice safety wherever they are. Because if they are safe, we know as family will also be safe. So I think that's all I can say.